My sister's wedding invitation came with a shocking condition. I had to decline when Ashley's wedding invitation arrived in the mail. I was excited. My little sister was finally marrying her college boyfriend, Ryan, after 6 years together. I opened the fancy envelope expecting the usual details about location and time. Instead, I found a 3-page letter that made my jaw drop. Dear family and friends, it started. To make our special day truly memorable, we're asking each guest to contribute $5,000 toward our dream honeymoon in Europe. $5,000. I read it 3 times thinking it was a joke. This isn't just a gift, the letter continued. It's an investment in our future happiness. We've calculated that with 50 guests, we'll have enough for a month-long European tour, plus a down payment on our first house. I called my mom immediately. She was just as shocked as I was. Did you see Ashley's invitation? I asked. I can't believe she expects people to pay that much, Mom whispered. Your father's furious. We can't afford $5,000 right now. But here's where it gets worse. The letter had a second page with payment options. Credit card, Venmo, cash, or payment plans starting at $800 per month. There was even a deadline. All contributions must be received by March 15th or your attendance will be canceled. I make decent money as an electrician, but $5 grand is my entire emergency fund. The money I've been saving for my own apartment down payment. I tried calling Ashley, but she sent me straight to voicemail. So, I texted her. Hey, got your invitation. The $5,000 thing seems like a lot. Can we talk? She replied 2 hours later. If you can't support my happiness, maybe you shouldn't come. That hurt. This was my only sister. I've been planning to be in her wedding since we were kids. I drove to her apartment that weekend. Ryan answered the door looking embarrassed. She's not here, he said quietly. But between us, this whole money thing wasn't my idea. What do you mean? Ryan looked around like someone might be listening. She hired this wedding planner who convinced her that asking guests to fund our life was normal. Said wealthy people do it all the time. Are you okay with this? I asked. He shrugged. I tried to talk her out of it, but she thinks if people really love us, they'll pay. 2 weeks passed. I kept thinking about that $5,000. I could technically afford it, but it would wipe out everything I'd saved. Finally, I made my decision. I wrote Ashley a letter explaining that I loved her, but couldn't afford the contribution. I wished her the best, and said I'd celebrate with her after the honeymoon. I mailed it with a small wedding gift, a picture frame with a photo of us as kids. 3 days later, my phone exploded with calls from family members. Apparently, half the guest list had declined for the same reason. Mom called crying. Only 12 people RSVP'd. Yes, the venue requires a minimum of 30 guests, or they lose their deposit. Ashley finally called me back. She was sobbing. Everyone thinks I'm this horrible person who only cares about money, she cried. Ryan's family all declined too. His own parents said they can't afford it. Maybe you could change the requirement, I suggested gently. The wedding planner says if we back down now, we'll look weak and desperate. That's when I realized what was really happening. This wedding planner was manipulating my sister for her own benefit. I did some research and found out this planner had a history of convincing couples to make unreasonable demands on guests, then charging extra fees when weddings got complicated. I showed Ashley the online reviews. Dozens of couples complaining about the same tactics. She fired the planner that same day.